In this box, I've got 3 Fire King structure decks.
Okay, today's the day. We are heading to locals
Of the Trap Tricks deck, because the Fire King deck is still not ready.
It is time. The green deck box makes way for the red deck box.
Fire King Snake Eye as Amina is too much for my little brain to handle right now. I've not been given the Fire Kings enough love.
Another bad day, guys, another bad day.
I have in fact picked up an entire Gimmick Puppet deck core.
We've got a top 4 with our Gimmick Puppet deck, guys. Like,
We have just got back from locals and we just got first place. Well. It is a sad day for the Gimmick Puppets because it could very well be the last time I use that deck. I'm still going to keep every single part of it. Like, it's not exactly an expensive deck that I'm going to have to try and, sell off to make some money for this new deck that I'm building. But I've really enjoyed it. And it doesn't actually feel very nice to be putting it to the side right now, but it's for good reason. Blue Eyes is here next week. And with that comes my favourite card from when I was a kid. I know, cliche, sue me. I love that card. It is what reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh! And the fact that we now have a meta playable deck, I've got to do it. I wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't start building that deck. So we've made our biggest investment so far. We have got 99% of the cards for the perfect Blue Eyes deck, or at least as online says. We're missing a couple of cards that I may end up biting the bullet on, but I'm going to try for a couple of weeks to see if I can get around without them and see how much I actually needed them. But for now, enjoy what is potentially the last week of Gimmick Puppets.
so hopping straight into match number 1 here, we came up against Crystron. Now, I've only played this online, and every time I've played it online, it just says negate Solfador. Whatever you do, try not to let that resolve. But to be honest, the deck in general is just really, really annoying to play against. Somehow, we managed to go 2-0, so we won both games. But I feel like I was kind of lucky because I don't think I played it very well necessarily. We just managed to grind out the wins. So I'm happy that we won, but I definitely need to look into this deck more, as I know it has been more popular after the YCS. Oh, match number two. This was against Mark playing it's like a Dragon Link / Dragon Maid Red Eyes kind of deck. And it's really, really good. I really like this deck. Like, every time I play against it, I'm always a bit like in awe about how Mark manages to play it because it's really good. We lost on time, so we won the first game, lost the second game, and then lost the third game on time. Mark just gets out this thing called Quacky Meru or something, which stops you being able to summon lights and darks. And against Gimmick Puppets, that just sucks so bad. So there was one game where we just got completely shut out because it took us ages to out it, or if we even did out it at all. So match number 2 was a loss. Game number 3 was some Dino / Bestial deck. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember, as I did record this a little while ago. But this game, we won one of the games, lost one of the games, but then the guy couldn't actually play game 3. So we ended up taking the win. But it was not a nice win. I mean, I remember that in one of the games, the Bestials completely stopped one of my combos because although your Gimmick Puppets can't be targeted when you have things like Mansion out, you can still Bestial stuff in the graveyard and banish it. So if you get rid of the Cattle Scream, it can stop you midway through a combo, which is really annoying. So I need to take that into consideration if I ever end up playing Gimmick Puppets again in the future, which I might because there are some new cards coming out for it soon. Just as we're winding up game number 3, I want to intro game number 4. I'm going to play game number 4 because it's a successful attempt at the Gimmick Puppet FTK. So I'll let you watch it and then I'll discuss.
Good luck, man.
You too.
I will start off with a Condolence Puppet.
Yep.
To send a Gimmick Puppet from deck to grab. I'll send Roadar. Roadar Vex bounce back to hand.
Yep.
I will then activate Terraforming to get a field spell from deck to hand. Activate Mansion. Add a gimmick puppet from deck to hand. Little soldiers. Grim Marshal. Normal summon little soldiers. Little soldiers effect on summon. Send a gimmick puppet to grave and it becomes I will send a pistol. I will next banish pistol so that gimmick puppets, monsters I control, can't be targeted with card effects this time. Activate Rogue Dolly's hands. I will show you Fantasy. I'll stack up these two. Seas into Fantasy. Fantasy effect attaching material. To add a rank up magic from deck to hand. And it gives me an extra normal summon as well.
So it's any kind of special from
Activate Cattle Stream effect in hand. Attach material. Check this out. Rank up magic.
it goes on the bottom. Yeah, it goes on the bottom.
Into Fanatics. Fanatics effect on summon and let's go puppet trap from deck to hand. Service puppet place. I will then exceed summon into gimmick puppet of strings. Activate the effect of rank up magic in deck. Put dual like a bounce at that. Activate strings effect. Detaching one. Put string count for all other monsters except next, I will activate Fanatics effect. Detach one. To give you capture. Activate rank up magic. Rank up strings. Chain one strings, chain two Fantasix. So Fantasix special summons itself back out in defense. And adds this back to hand. And then next effect,
Like burn
pops
4
this for 31. And I get to draw a card.
Just moving around.
It's linked to into Chimera Doll. Activate Chimera Doll effect. Lets me add a gimmick puppet from deck to hand, and I can choose other special summon while not. So I add Terror Baby. I won't use the special summon effect. I will then use my second normal summon. When it's normal summon, target one puppet balls from your graveyard, except Terror Baby and special summon in defense.
These are all
I will choose Rogue Doll. Banish little soldiers from grave. Make this level 8. Yes. I will then exceed summon into
Giant grinder. Activate mantra effect. By attaching one. It's a special summon. Exceeds monster on the lead. Yeah, onto your side. So I'll be giving you Dark Strings. Activate grinder effect. Attach. Pop for 3.
So take 31, 33, 6-4.
Yeah. I will then rank up magic.
And then we go again.
Okay, cool.
So we ended up winning the first game, losing the second game, and then winning the last game. So this was against, in case you didn't notice, a Red Dragon Archfiend type deck. And again, really fun to see at locals, like a Crystron, a Dragon Maid, some kind of Dino, and then a RDA deck. Like, it was much nicer than playing against your classic Malice, Rizal decks. So it was a nice change. So we ended up finishing 3-1 for the day, which, if I remember rightly, was a third place, which I'm really happy with. And especially considering it might be the last time that we're playing the Puppets, I'm happy.
Right, locals finished. It's a sad day because it might be the last day that we end up using Gimmick Puppets, just because the Blue Eyes deck is round the corner. I've been practicing loads and I'm excited for it, but I'm also sad because Gimmick Puppets have been good to me. So today, third place, and I think we did well. The game we lost, there was not much we could do about it. Like, we didn't draw well, and Mark, the guy who's playing against us, had a very good deck that just killed me off. So third place, 3-1, I'll take it.
What more can you hope for on your last week of Gimmick Puppets, right? Third place, 3 wins, no draws, 1 loss. The loss, my hands kind of stunk, but at the same time, I just didn't play as well as I should. Like, I won game 1 because I played Mansion, and the guy had no hand traps, and he said, do you want to keep playing through this, or have you got FTK? And I just said, I've got FTK, and he was like, cool, game 2. So that's straight away, that's a win without even really having to think. Game 2 we lost, going second. Built a great board with, I believe it was like Hieratic Seal, etc. Just basically had 2, 3, 4 negates. That meant as soon as I tried to do anything with my puppets, negate. Do another thing, negate. So that was the story of that. And then for game 3, he said to me, like, at the end of the game, he sided an extra 9 hand traps from his side deck for the last game. So he actually got rid of a lot of his engine, and his whole objective with game 3 was just to not let me play and see what he could do, and that worked perfectly. You might see from the footage that I played my first card, gets negated, played my second card, got negated. I may have had a third, I can't remember, but I may have had to have just gone, you know, set past, because yeah, it's exactly how to play against Gimmick Puppets. You just have to like completely shut them down early on, otherwise they get to do the FTK. So third place, I'm happy. Not much we could have done about the loss, but third place is third place. I mean, if you'd asked me that 8 weeks ago, I'd be like, third place? Never. I'm going to come like 10th, 11th, 12th every time, but there we go. Potentially the last run out for Gimmick Puppets. Third place, I'm happy, and I guess it's just a shout out to the Gimmick Puppet deck for being as good as it is, because it's made an awful player like me look relatively competent with getting multiple top 4 finishes at locals. So I hope the new deck is going to do the same.